present the class of 2014. Welcome to today's special event that will always be remembered. I'm Maurice Mckinnon, the Interim Dean for the School of Health Sciences and the Nursing Program Director. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome you all to the 45th Nursing Pinning Ceremony, the class of 2014. Today, I'm the luckiest woman in the world because I have had an opportunity to serve our community by providing leadership needed to educate professional registered nurses. Just take a look at these beautiful faces sitting before us this morning. They look like we have families and patients that they will serve after passing their licensure examination. Of course, I didn't do this alone. We could not have done this work without the faculties and the staff's guidance and support. For you graduates, families, and loved ones, today is a day of joy and celebration. It is an ending for a time spent with us the last 2 years, and more for some of you. It is also a new beginning as you move on to enter the workforce, or whether you choose to continue your education in pursuit of a bachelor's or master's degree. Remember, your world is filled with possibilities and opportunities. In the words of Eleanor Roosevelt, I quote, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of dreaming." Without a dream, we have little to look forward to. And even when things don't go smoothly, you will be okay, as you have in the last 2 years. Thomas Edison said, "I haven't failed. I just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Guess what? On his 10,001 attempt, he was successful. We all know what happened. You have overcome many obstacles and persevered, and we applaud your accomplishment. You are unique, and I will share a few things of interest about your class in just a couple of minutes. Before I do that, please let me take a few moments to recognize and thank some special members of our audience who have contributed to our graduate success. First, our governing board President, Ms. Pam Keith. Ms. Anne-Marie Young, Vice President. Trustees, Ms. Rosemary Thurston. Ms. Monica Brown. Dr. Sarah Chapman. Mr. Dennis Honeychurch, Mr. Michael A. Martin, name is Latifa Alexander. Jowel Laguerre. Vice President of Instruction, Ms. Diane White. Dean of Counseling, Ms. Barbara Cabello. And Kristian Gaylor, our counselor. And many thanks to our precious Mr. Richard Green. Retired teacher and administrator of Solano Community College, who is devoted and absolutely committed to our nursing program and students. On Saturday, we opened a new chapter in the story of this program. Mr. Green sponsored a celebration dinner for this class and took the first steps to establish the Solano Community College Nursing Alumni Association. I especially want to acknowledge our dedicated and esteemed nursing faculty, both full and part-time, who have shared their knowledge, strength, and passion for nursing each and every day with our students. Again, without you, there would be no graduates. You have worked diligently to teach and cultivate these graduates to become highly competent professional nurses. The quality of our institution and our graduates is a reflection of you, our faculty. I'd like to recognize each of you, so if you just stand as I call your name, I'd appreciate it. Glenn Burgess. Here. Julia Kiss. And Ben Martin. Ben is retiring as of today. Tracy Fields. Lisa Romero. Miss Valerie Osu. Aaron Craig. We have some part-time faculty members here today too. Sonia Abel. Grace Avert is in the back with her grandchild. Linda Brady, Elizabeth Freed, Casey Johnson, Myra Marco, Michelle Starbuck, Monique Dillabon, last but not least, Ms. Jan Schwartz, Jan is an administrative assistant for the School of Health Sciences, and you know we can't live without her. We would never be at the things we do if we didn't have her. I would be remiss if I failed to mention our hospital and healthcare partners and their professional nursing staff and other personnel for the role they played in educating and cultivating our graduates. Without them, our college and our faculty would not have been able to do the job that they've done each and every day for the past 2 years. Most importantly, please join me in thanking the families and loved ones of each of these graduates. These precious family members gave unwavering support and love during their journey. Without their love and encouragement, these graduates would not be here today. We thank you for helping to make this day a reality. Thank you, and thank you, and thank you. of sharing a few interesting factoids about this class. Who would ever guess it? Their collective age is 1,730 years, with the oldest being 56 and the youngest 25. More than half of this class told us that they were going to continue their formal education after graduation, that they would go on to earn a bachelor's or a master's of science in nursing, which is definitely going to be an asset today in this competitive job market. We encourage you to do what you have promised to do. In 1958, the year of the oldest member of the class, amazing events took place and will forever be a part of our history. We had the first man-made nuclear fusion. Alaska became the 49th state. The United States Supreme Court ordered Little Rock, Arkansas to integrate its schools. The first U.S. satellite was launched. We had the inauguration of NASA. There was a transatlantic commercial jet passenger service that started. The first pacemaker was installed, and dictator Batista fled Cuba. In 1989, the birth year of the youngest member of the class, several spectacular historical events occurred. The Cold War ended. Berlin Wall came down. The World Wide Web was in early development in Stern, a research center located in Switzerland. The first text message was sent. The famous student demonstration for democracy took place in Tiananmen Square in China. NASA's Magellan spacecraft was launched to Venus. And smoking was banned on domestic flights, and who could ever imagine that? As you can see, many significant events occurred in just a brief 31 years. As I told you, this class is special, and some of our students share their lived experiences and wanted me to share with you this morning. Deborah Mason, co-president of this class, became engaged in July 2012, right before starting the program. Bought her first home in July 12 and married in July 13. She's currently 35 weeks pregnant and expects to deliver a baby this June. So, Ms. Brianne Davis, class secretary, became engaged in 12. Bought her first home in April of 13 and married in July of 14. One student ran the Nike Women's Half Marathon and sold her business to attend nursing school for She is a mom of 4 and has one beautiful grandson. I would have loved to read all of the other things that the students said, but I knew time would not allow for me to tell those stories. So I will briefly share the themes to highlight their experiences during the past years of going to nursing school. Some experienced the death of their grandparents. There were divorces, loss of boyfriends, loss of jobs, cats died. Some had financial hardships, including being evicted, lights turned off, heart problems, health problems such as high blood pressure, several gained weight, and one moved here to attend SCC. A single mom worked full-time to support her family, and many of them made new friends, and you can tell they really like each other the way they're sitting on the stage right now. A few students became aunties and aunts, grandparents. Children graduated from high school, and there were hospitalizations. In fact, one broke her leg one day before starting the second 8 weeks of school during the first semester, and had a baby 3 days after the semester started. A few re-entered the program after no passing for the first attempt, which is not unusual for our program. It's a very rigorous program, so it happens sometimes. But they didn't give up. They came back. They're here today. One last story. One of the students left on medical leave due to a difficult pregnancy with twins. The twin girls were born at 32 weeks and had to be placed in a neonate intensive care for several weeks, after which they were brought home. However, one died and the other survived and is doing well. Of course, there is at least one or two who reported no adversity during the 2 years, which is fabulous. Needless to say, we are all very proud of the members of this class, and each of them has earned the right to wear our school's pin. The nursing pin ceremony is a beloved professional tradition with historical roots dating back more than 1,000 years. Since the early days of professional nursing in America, graduate nurses have proudly displayed on the uniform the pin that represents their individual school of nursing. The nurse's graduation pin is a treasured symbol that conveys to others his or her association and everlasting bond with their school of nursing. Each pin is distinctive, representing only one school and upholding the proud education traditions of that school. For the nurse, it symbolizes honorable completion of a rigorous and physically demanding nursing preparation program. We're here today to honor the tradition of pinning ceremonies for nurses, to celebrate the accomplishment of completing the nursing program and transition into professional practice. The nursing pin has been literally a symbolic meaning, a cross to bear, a medal and a badge. The pins of today represent each of these precursors. Nursing is a cross to bear for those of us who remain with the patient long after others have given up hope and gone home. We nurses have never been able to really forget about our patients, not even when we're not caring for them physically. They remain in our thoughts, sometimes at home. I found myself doing that many times, which I'm sure each of the students, the graduates, have experienced sometime during the program. Remembering always that we are caring for somebody's mother, somebody's father, sister, brother, daughter, or son, and that these people are counting on us to take care of them when they're not able to take care of themselves. You must also remember that there will be times when, in spite of all the technology and care, that patients will not survive, but you will be by their side to help them and comfort them during their grieving periods, which is really a heartfelt experience, one that I think the nurse always remembers. The nursing pin remains a symbolic medal of honor. Nurses honor both the miracle of life and the finality of death. They respect and honor the individual's right to enter into life safely and to die with dignity. They honor their patient's right to continue or to refuse medical care, even when they personally disagree with that. The pin is also a badge of courage. Nurses are courageous in caring for those patients who would otherwise be ignored or exiled by society. Sometimes nurses do battle on the front lines fighting death and disease. They do so with courage and commitment. The pinning ceremony is therefore so much more than an event that marks the completion of the nursing program. It is a beautiful rite of passage into the profession of nursing, an honorable profession. The Solano Community College pin is encircled with the name of the college surrounding it by leaves representing the beauty of nature and all of its glory and bounty that we are allowed to have each and every day and enjoy. In the center of the pin is the lamp that represents knowledge. Use your knowledge. Use the knowledge you've acquired at Solano and share it with others. Knowledge is not private property. It is to be shared. The lamp is also the symbolic of enlightenment, and that accompanies knowledge. Your knowledge will serve the path of those who will follow you. Stay involved. Soon you will be mentoring students and new graduates, passing on your knowledge. By sharing what you know with others, you enlighten their lives and brighten their lives and their careers. Each of you have already or has already demonstrated all these attributes that I have described during this brief time at Solano Community College and will continue to do so throughout the years. Today, each of you will receive your nursing pin. Be ever mindful of those who have courageously gone before you and those who will serve by you, night and day. Always wear your pen with pride. Let it serve as a constant reminder not only to yourselves, but to your patients of your desire, dedication, and commitment you have made to and serve others. It is truly both a medal of honor and a badge of courage. In closing, I would like to thank you, the nursing class of 2014, for allowing us to participate in this very special occasion and moment in your life. On behalf of all of the faculty and staff at Solano Community College, I would like to express to each of you our sincere congratulations and wishes. I would like to introduce Ms. Diane White, our Interim Vice President of Instruction, and she will be followed by Dr. Laguerre, Superintendent President of Solano Community College.
On behalf of Academic Affairs, I'd like to bring you greetings and congratulations, graduates. This is a very important event at the college. Last year was the first time that I attended, and it was a very moving experience. So, congratulations to all of you. For me, as a historian who specializes in women's history, this profession is of major significance. It's the very first profession for women. They had to fight their way in, they had to prove themselves on battlefields all over the United States and in the territories to be able to prove to others that they had both the physical, mental, and spiritual capabilities that are required to take care of soldiers and others who were in harm's way. This tradition of strength and dignity and compassion is one that you inherit. And as Dr. McKinnon has described, you faced your own challenges with a great deal of courage. I want to congratulate you from the bottom of my heart for that. Thank you. Dr. McKinnon indicated, you students have chosen one of the most important vocations. Nurses are there for our beginnings, for those things that are joyful in our lives, fearful, painful, humbling moments, and moments of profound spirituality. There's no other profession like it. Again, I also want to recognize and thank the faculty for the incredible work that they do. It's like no other teaching work that we do here at the college or anywhere else. So faculty, thank you so much for your dedication. Also a very unique program and the kind of administrative labor that it takes to make it a success. And I have to acknowledge, because I think she's too humble, the efforts of my colleague, Dr. Maurice Mckinnon. She not only has a deep passion for nursing, but also for teaching, and also for social justice. And she's earned the very deep and abiding respect of all of us in academic affairs and her colleagues. So Dr. McKinnon, you're owed a great debt, and we are extremely grateful to you for the leadership and the passion with which you conduct yourself and lead and guide this program. So thank you very much. In closing, I want to congratulate the graduates, but I also want to express in advance my gratitude and thankfulness to you for the vocation that you've chosen and for what I know that you will be doing for all of us, many of us here in this audience and even beyond. We have placed our lives in your hands, and I know by looking at you that trust is not misplaced. Thank you very much.
Good morning. Good morning, Solano. Okay, very good. In listening to what Dr. Mckinnon had to say about the class, I would say that they're probably survivors. There are people who have survived a lot in their lives. They have made great sacrifices to be here. So I want to echo what has been said in terms of congratulations on what you've done. The title in the program says that President White and I are supposed to give you words of support. I realize that probably the support that you needed is a little bit too late because you're already here. So I thought that instead I would encourage those who are in the pipeline, sitting right here, as well as those of you in the audience who have the dream of becoming nurses someday. We are still taking applications for. We used to not have enough space at the college to educate. We now have a lot of space, so please apply, and one of these days you'll be here as well. But to our graduates, I want you to know that this is, in terms of voter support, this is a tough job market. You know that. But one thing that is clear is that you already have the knowledge necessary. You also have the persistence. And we'll talk about what it took for you to be here. Nothing is going to be easy for you. Although for some of you it's going to be very easy. But for many of you it's not going to be that easy. So it's going to take every single ounce of energy that you have to make it happen. So I want you to know that you need to work hard, continue to work. I know you've really worked so hard and now you have to work hard again. But you already know how to succeed, and I encourage you to persist, and you're going to be there. I also, Dr. Mckinnon said that some of you are going to go to work or some of you are going to go to school. Everybody should continue to go to school. The secret, I know a young man, well, he's not young anymore, he's 58, but I know a young man who studied for 33 years. 33 years. He was born in a poor country and what have you, and he happened to have gone to school by chance. And his thing was that if he ever left school, he probably would never go back. And that is true, because school is very hard. And if I had stepped out, I realized I'd never go back. So every year I took, even if it is one credit, I would take 1 or 3 credits, one course at a time, and before you know it, you're going to be done. The problem is that, as you know, and we try to fight it as hard as we can, nowadays, started in New York, so those of you from New York, we hold that against you. It started in New York that they want for nurses to have a bachelor's degree, even though you perform a whole lot better with an associate degree than the bachelor's degree. But that's what they say. But we can beat them at their own game. There are many great programs for you to pursue your bachelor's degree and your master's degree. So we expect you to not only go to work, because your family members want you to go to work. But we expect you to also continue your education. And after you get your master's degree, we expect you to come back and be part of our faculty as well. To your families, we want to also tell you, please, you have to continue to support them. I promise they'll pay you back everything that they owe you. But it may take a lot of time before they can do that, so I hope that you will hang in there with them. We support you, please continue to support them. But I want to, today is about praising what you have done. So I'm done with the program. They wanted me to do support, I've done that, now praising you. Do you realize that we've actually done. We are done. Some of you, as a child, you started thinking that I would like to be a nurse. And then you play with little animals, and you have dolls and things that you play with so that you can cure them and all of that. So you did that. And then you went to high school. Tough 12 years. Oh, well, not 12 years. You went to school. So tough 12 years before you get there. Although high school, sometimes it looked like it was 12 years. It was only 4. And then somehow you finish high school. And then you say, I'm going to apply to Solano College to be a nurse. And you think your first year you're going to go and become a nurse and start going to hospitals. No. You had to take math, you had to take English, you had to take biology, and you had to do all of that stuff that they want you to do. And you think, I am done. I said, no. There's something called a wait list. Now, I've been going through this because I have a daughter whose dream is to be in this program. I told her, no, going to engineering is a whole lot easier. No, she wants to be a nurse. So, I know you. The day that they said they were going to start taking applications, you probably did not sleep. Actually, she made me come here the night before to make sure that there were not too many of her classmates waiting in line to get in first. We checked the cars. There were cars in the parking lot. We don't know what they were doing there, but there was nobody in them, so we went back home. But we came here at 4 in the morning. So you know the routine, right? So you apply, and then you're waiting to see what that number is going to be. I never thought, I mean, I've heard it when I've come to feeding, and that people were excited about the number and all that. I never knew it was that way. When the letter came, I found the letter, and I hid it for a few days. When she finally opened it, she said, I want 186. So you remember your number. So you were so patient with us. You waited for that number, and then I guess every year you may get something same time where you are. That's what it is. Okay. So anyway, so you did all of that. But the day finally came, you started the nursing program, and for many of you, it was much harder than you ever thought that it would be. Because if you thought that it was hard, I'm sure your faculty members made sure that you didn't think that it was that easy. So, those are the debts that you pay in order to get into this good profession. However, despite all of those obstacles, you are here. And we are very proud of you, proud of what you have accomplished. This is not the beginning. There is your profession, you need to be the best that it can be, and to be second to none. Go to the best, and then look forward to it. Congratulations.
I'd like to introduce now the presidents of this class, Jowel Laguerre,
First off, we'd like to thank you all for coming and sharing this day with us. We'll start out by admitting that we're currently experiencing tachycardia, tachypnea, and diaphoresis.
I might have just done a couple of PVCs.
On that note,
For those of you that are looking at us the way we looked at our instructors on our first day of class, that translates to a rapid heart rate, rapid respiration, and profuse sweating. Graduates, think back to that day where you went to get the mail, and lo and behold, there was your acceptance letter. Do you remember how excited you were? How shocked and in disbelief that this is actually happening?
what about the day you went to the bookstore and realized you would need a suitcase to carry all these books in? Or when you looked at the syllabus and realized that you actually have to read all those books? Did you think you would actually ever see this day?
The day where we get to stand in front of all of our friends and family Well, it's finally here, and the last and final step to being an official registered nurse is passing that NCLEX and finding a job.
So now that we're done, we would like to say congrats to all of our graduating class, and thank you to all of our friends and family who have helped us get to where we are today. We would not have been able to do it without all of you. Thank you for putting up with us as we diagnose ourselves with every mental illness that we and thank you for not mentioning any stress weight we may have gained along the way. Or putting out the laundry pile has been piling up in the corner for the last 3 weeks. Basically, thank you for supporting us on this crazy, hectic roller coaster that we like to call nursing school. You guys all deserve an award for that.
And to all of our instructors, we want to say thank you for teaching us everything we know and molding us into the great nurses that we know we will be. Without you, we would have never known the nursing diagnosis, altered level of consciousness, related to sleep deprivation, I've definitely tried 3 chapters to read for tomorrow's lecture, a skills test later this afternoon, and a care plan to complete by Friday. Who knew that you could complete 10 chapters of material in 2 weeks?
Maybe now we can remember what it's like to spend time with family and friends, get a decent night's sleep, and stop diagnosing everyone who walks by first. Wow, they have great names to start an every year.
So once again, congratulations, class of 2014. We did it! We never again have to walk into a patient's room and introduce ourselves as, "Hi, my name is Deborah, and I'll be your student nurse."